Ronaldo got benched.
Son,
can you just tell us if he's good or not?
yo, I think Portugal might have been better without him, right?
My feeling is like,
He came in the second half against Morocco, right?
yeah.
No goals, no nothing. Could have saved his team, didn't do shit.
He's scoring less goals objectively. Like, if you look at the data over his whole career, he's scoring the kind of goals he was scoring when he was like 22 per season, adjusted for like time and shit. I saw a graph today. And like when he was in his early 30s, he was like scoring way
Oh,
more.
Mark does research, dog.
I did a little research. You know what I mean?
Okay.
World Cup got me inspired, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's another part of this where you're like, do you just let him play his last World Cup? Even if it's at the detriment of your team?
No. Because I think Ronaldo would even, if he had to choose, rather have a World Cup on his resume with less contribution than more contribution and never have the World Cup. Because in 50 years, they're just going to look at his resume and it's going to say World Cup or not.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Kobe would say this, feel the same way?
If Kobe never had a title, would he accept a lesser role? I think he would at the end of his career.
Do you truly believe that?
I truly do if he never had a title. Because we're looking at Kobe with more championships than Shaq when he's winding down his career. And then he's like, I don't give a fuck what y'all do. My resume's set. This team is not good. We're not winning a championship. Tying Mike, even if I tie Mike and get a sixth ring, nobody's going to think I'm better than him. So he would have been like, let's... And maybe if they had a shot at a ring, maybe he would have said, look, I'll play a few less minutes. I want to have as many championships as Michael, maybe. But definitely if he didn't have one.
My feeling is, I don't think that he could ever accept that he wasn't the best player out there. So he would believe that the best chance of his team winning is if he was on the floor.
Maybe.
And I feel like regardless of if that's true or not, Ronaldo's the same. Knowing absolutely nothing about Ronaldo. I'm assuming that they have a similar kind of killer instinct, which a lot of these great athletes have.
Yeah, and they compare them to the most, I think.
Fair. And it's just like, there's no way you're going to believe that you've fallen off. Now, on some level, maybe Kobe somewhere would be like, okay, I'm not as dominant as I used to be. But he's also looking at his teammates. He's going, I'm giving every one of these guys buckets. Like, to this day, I bet Jordan is like, I could play with these guys. There was that story that came out.
That was crazy, dude. That was
like
crazy.
the Charlotte, whatever the fuck they're called
Hornets.
now. They're the Hornets again?
Or the Pelicans.
They're the
At the time, they were the
Bobcats.
Bobcats. They were the Bobcats, yeah.
Who are the Hornets?
New Orleans is
New Orleans Pelicans.
So it's like,
Come on, bro.
so it's okay. I'm going to keep talking through it so we don't make fun of you for your embarrassing.
Well, the fact that you're saying it means that you're making fun of me.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. Okay.
Come on,
So my bad. I fucked up on that one. So he basically says the fucking Bobcats were losing. He made all the players on the first team take off his shoes. So anybody who's wearing Jordans had to take off Jordans. You weren't allowed to play in
It's
Jordans.
like 2010 or 2012.
He ended up playing on the second team and then beating the first team.
During practice.
So it's like, that's the mentality that's never going to leave you. Now, can he do this every single day? He can't play every single game. There's no way he could do it. But I wonder if Cristiano Ronaldo's like, yeah, okay, maybe I'm scoring less. Yeah, okay, these things are happening, whatever. But he's never thinking that there's another person that's better on the team. What do you think? You're the soccer fan here.
I like soccer, for the record.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm
You
not
know
an
everything
expert.
about soccer.
Jesus.
You know everything about soccer.
But I'm saying if they're building the attack through one guy and he's not delivering in the way that he used to be delivering,
Yeah.
do we pull him off and then build the attack through different players or build a new way to attack? And if that's the case, then he's got to come off. But how do you level with arguably one of the greatest players of all time and say, hey, your role is going to be a lot different and we're actually going to go through this guy, or you're just not going to be on the field at all? And then if he's being a diva about it and is like, nah, fuck that, then it's affecting the morale of the whole team.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
they're like, hey, our star, like our guy
That's
is
true.
now throwing like a fit in the locker room, if this is what's happening. After the game against South Korea, he like stormed off the field and like didn't say hi and like do like the cordial ceremonial
I
thing.
think the
and just went
manager
out.
actually handled it well.
That was during the group match, right before they played Switzerland.
Got it.
And
So
then,
yeah,
That's why they benched him, right?
that's the way I understood it. They haven't like fully come out and said
So
why.
they didn't bench him because he was washed. They benched him because he was being a little bitch.
So they subbed him off right at the end of the game, and I think it's a mixture of things. He's not performing at as high of a level where he can just do whatever he wants,
Yeah.
and then secondly, he's affecting the morale of the team.
if he was at his peak, he gets away with that shit.
Probably.
And I actually think the manager, again, I don't know much, but based on what I do know, seemed like he handled it well in that he benched Ronaldo for the one game. Then the second game, he's sitting, right? First half, it's 1-0, they're down. Second half, it's like, all right, man, go in there, see if you can make something happen.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me because you can't be the manager that sat Ronaldo the whole match and then y'all didn't score and y'all lost. Y'all got shut out. So I put you in the second half, go see if you can make something happen, and you couldn't.
But now Ronaldo and the Ronaldo fans could be like, yo, if he was in the whole game, we would have won.
No. Why?
Because he's.
You had 45 minutes to
the
score a
GOAT.
goal.
The guy that replaced him the next game
Yeah, I know,
scored three fucking
Yeah, I know.
goals. So I think the coach feels vindicated. The coach is like, look, I made this change and my man went off.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's thinking, if I was playing this game, I would have scored 5 goals.
Yeah.
Why don't you get me the ball like he's getting the ball? I'm sure that's what a great athlete thinks,
to,
even if he's being ridiculous. Because like you're saying, yeah, you have to, because that type of mentality is going to lead to success. Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is, like, if Portugal wasn't a favorite, I don't know if they were a favorite in the World Cup.
Against Morocco, they were.
No, I mean in general, like in the World Cup in general, nobody had Portugal going all the way, right?
I mean, but they're dominant, and like they have one of the greatest players ever.
So I guess in my mind, I'm just like France, I'm not fucking with that lineup because they're probably the favorites going into it. Portugal, nobody's thinking they're going to win. They think that they maybe do okay, but they're not guaranteed to win. What I'm going is let Ronaldo play every single game of his last World Cup, and then maybe this guy can produce some magic. That's what I'm thinking. If you were, top 3 teams, maybe they were thinking that we're going to make it out, then don't play any games. Play the best possible fucking players, etc. But it's almost like Kobe with his last season. It's like nobody thought the Lakers were going to win the championship, so you let that motherfucker play every single game, despite whether it's good or bad for the team.
100% agree. Because I think don't they look at Messi the same way they look at Ronaldo? It's
And
like
Messi out here
they're at
killing.
the
Messi's out
end-
here
They're but they're both at the end of their career.
Yeah.
They're like not producing as highly as they were during their prime. And Messi played every single minute of the game. So I feel
Messi's
like
still scoring goals, and if he's talking shit, it's not on his own teammates. He's going off on the other team's coach, the other referee. You heard the last match; he was talking cash shit.
Yeah, he was going crazy.
Which
to me,
I love.
it's like benching LeBron. Like you don't do that.
Yo, I'm with
Even
you
though
on
LeBron
that.
is
But
not
again,
producing like he was, you don't bench LeBron.
we're just outsiders, so it's so easy for us to say.
Yeah.
Because we just want to see the only motherfucker we know.
Yeah,
on the team.
that's true. That's a big part. of
Yeah,
it, too.
it's like when you go see a band and they start playing their new shit, you're like, nah, we ain't coming here for the new album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I got this unreleased song. You better release it before we come here. Like, I've come here for released. And Cristiano Ronaldo is the fucking hits.
Yeah.
It was funny. We were watching that France game, and France-England, and there's the Mbappe guy, right? And
Go.
yeah, who you fucking love. And the guy who was marking him up was this guy named Kyle Walker, right? And he's the fastest guy on the England team. I think he's like the fastest guy in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Like, he's just an incredible speed. And there's a moment where Mbappe gets the ball and it's one-on-one him against Kyle Walker. Now, that's the fastest guy in the Champions League. There's the fastest guy, just sheer speed, can't beat him. And the reason they marked him up is because Mbappe is so fast. And Mbappe, he takes one look at him and he's just like, it's a foot race. And he fucking blows by this guy. The balls, the confidence that they put the fastest sprinter on you, and with the ball, it's not like you guys are running straight in a schoolyard.
Yeah.
It's move and then go. And I don't know. For me, I don't know anything about soccer. I just relate everything to like basketball, the things I know. And it's just like there's a feeling that greats have when they have a defender in front of them. It doesn't matter if you're the best defender in the world. You are food. And he gave him the "you are food" look.
Yeah.
And then he ate. It was.
So he's nice.
I mean, it was cool to see, because the guy that we were watching the game with kept gassing his Kyle Walker up guy. And he was going for France. He was like, this guy Kyle Walker's fucking good. And I was waiting for that one moment that they would have the one-on-one, and it was just different level. While controlling the ball.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you're not a France fan, though. You're a Morocco fan.
I'm